Let's begin this morning in Chappaqua, New York, where in just a couple of hours, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will answer lawmakers' questions about convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This is a closed-door deposition. Former President Bill Clinton is up tomorrow. Both sessions will be filmed and transcribed, but keep in mind, the Clintons have not been accused of any wrongdoing, and both have asked for public hearings. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now from Chappaqua to talk about this. So, Nikole, we'll get to the Clintons' testimony in just a moment, but you're following some breaking news related to Jeffrey Epstein and Davos. What can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right. Well, the CEO of the World Economic Forum, which convenes in Davos, has resigned after the forum launched an investigation related to potential ties to Jeffrey Epstein, and really is just the latest global elite who has been kind of caught up in this dragnet, if you will, of circumstances related to the Epstein matter. Of course, we saw just yesterday that audio coming from Bill Gates, who acknowledged that he had affairs, although he said he did nothing illicit. But of course, he has been in photos with Jeffrey Epstein. He has denied wrongdoing. We've also seen individuals, for instance, like Larry Summers, a former Treasury Secretary who served under former President Bill Clinton, who is now relinquishing his remaining roles at Harvard University, where he once served as president after an Epstein review was launched there. So this is really having a widespread fallout, not just here in the United States, but globally as well.
And let's talk about what's happening there behind you, Nikole. You can see just a crush of media. Obviously, a lot of interest in what Hillary Clinton may or may not say today. What are you expecting to hear?
Yeah, that's right. Well, obviously, I think it's important to note, first and foremost, that these will be closed-door tape depositions. So this is not going to be like your typical congressional hearing where you see the lawmakers going back and forth with the witnesses. That is actually something that the Clintons had called for, to testify publicly, but that was rejected by the chairman, James Comer, who has been pushing for these subpoenas for some time now. The Clintons were subpoenaed back in August of last year, and there had been a lot of negotiations between their legal team before ultimately settling on these dates, in large part because they were facing the threat of contempt of Congress. Take a listen to what a few lawmakers told us in advance of today's deposition.
I personally do not plan to attend Hillary Clinton's deposition. There is no evidence that I've seen in the files that she is associated with any kind of wrongdoing around the Epstein case. But certainly we've seen materials in the Epstein files that essentially show that Bill Clinton was still maintaining a friendship or at least a business association with Jeffrey Epstein. So we have some hard questions for the former president.
I'm not expecting a whole lot. There's a reason neither one of them are in prison. They are incredibly intelligent. I think they're guilty of sin of a lot of things, but I don't think anybody thinks we're going to get anything.
And I think it's important to keep in mind that the Clintons have not been accused of any wrongdoing. In fact, in an interview just recently, the former Secretary of State said that there were no links between herself and Jeffrey Epstein, and that she and her husband have nothing to hide.
All right, Nikole Killion for us right outside of the Clintons' home in Chappaqua. Thank you, Nikole. Appreciate it.